Hey everybody, how you guys doing on today? Happy Friday to you all. I pray you guys are doing well on today, guys. Guys, I'm just popping on really fast. I thought I would do a live, and then I said, no, I better not do that at this moment because I'm just really trying to be on and off at the moment, and I don't want to get in the way of whoever else may be doing a live right now. But guys, happy Friday to you all, and yes, it's me. I got a new attitude. I got a new attitude. Let me stop. I ain't got no new attitude, guys. Look, I got a new hairstyle. I got a new hairstyle. So yes, it's me, guys. You know, I change up, I switch up every now and then, guys. And look, I love being a blonde. I love being a blonde. I was in the wig store, guys, like a couple times, like throughout the last couple of weeks, trying to figure out what color that wig is that I got from Timu. That wig, that blonde black wig, guys, I got that in part of last year. I got that around December, guys, of last year. My other hairstyle that I've been wearing lately. Guys, I got that thing from Timu. And when I first unwrapped that thing, I was like, what in the world is this? It looked like a little baby gerbil. It was like all crunched up. I was like, what is this? It's not what I ordered. It's not what I ordered, you know? And I just threw that thing away because I had ordered the wig to I was going to a 90s theme party last year. Okay. But I ended up liking that wig, guys, after all. You know, I won't even go through the story. I know you guys saw that I had been wearing it and used it in my photo shoot, my 60th birthday photo shoot, guys. I ended up loving that wig, but I'm tired. I gotta. I was trying to find another hairstyle in that color, whether it was street or whether it was one color, whether it was, just whatever it is. I just want that color. And when I went into the stores, I was like, what color is this wig? And they looking at me like, you don't know what color your wig is? And I had to go through the whole story. I bought that wig from Timu, and the packaging it said brown. Now, that wig is not brown. What happened was that I had ordered another wig, and I think Timu sent me the wrong wig. They sent me the wrong thing. I ended up keeping it. Just a long story behind it. So the brown wig, I think, was the wig that they were supposed to send me, but they actually sent me this blonde wig and a whole other different style. But anyway, guys, I ended up loving it. I'm tired of the blonde. I love being a blonde, and I'm gonna go back really soon to being a blonde. But I just got this. I just, I just been exploring different colors. I never did that before. Now, back in the day when I was in school, I did like the wine. That's the only color I would do, like that burgundy wine color, because that was what was up back in the day. Um, Around when I was coming up around the 80s when I was in high school. And so that's when I just did a little color, or we would buy the spray. Sometimes I would buy the blindish spray stuff, and I would just streak my hair with the blondish, the color in the can. So anyway, guys, long story short, I got a new attitude. Don't really like it, but I'm gonna just wear it and see. Sometimes I gotta wear it a little bit and try to play with the style, try to get it to do whatever I want to do. But it got a little. I don't know what color to call it. I don't know if it's not like a platinum. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm just trying to, you know, just playing with some things right now. Guys, only here 3 minutes. So Cindy, what you talking about? What you on here for? Okay, guys, seriously. No, I'm just on here, just really, just to see what you guys are doing. Unfortunately, I'm not on a live, where I can't see the chat, but this is a good thing for me because me and my daughter have been out since, what time did I leave out of here? I think I left out of here about nine, excuse me, about nine. Hold on, guys, got something in my throat. Hold on. Okay, I think we left out of here about 9:30ish, and my intention, the reason why I went out is because I wanted to um, go over to Macy's because I have bought something for some of the skincare. Hold on, guys. Okay, all right. Um, Now, what was I saying? Um, oh my gosh, I don't know where I left off. Oh, me and my daughter. I was out because I needed to return something to Macy's, right? Why in the world do I think I could go into the mall and the first thing that meets you when you get in the mall is Auntie Anne's pretzels, which I said I would get one when I come back out, and then right across there, the Bath and Body Works. Like, why? If I don't come in the back door to the mall, so I can avoid going over the Bath and Body Works, I don't nothing up from over there. I was good when I went in there. I wasn't even on that side, but something just drew. Like when you come in and it forks off, the mall, Bath and Body Works over here. Another way you can go straight. Macy's is right ahead. This is me walking. Turn right on over there. I said I was going to Macy's. I was heading in that direction. Then said, let me just go over here. It's just like kind of pulls you over there. It's like Bath and Body Works would be like, just come on, come on, come on, come on. We got something for you. So I get over there. Okay, so I said I'm just gonna just walk past, because that's where they have all these sales stuff right outside the door. It's right there. I said let me just take a peek. But the smell, something was smelling so amazing in that store. And I said, what is that? I said, something smells so good. And they had um, a new scent up there at the door. They had a new scent there. And well, actually, it wasn't at the door. It was off to the side, but it was so powerful. I'm like, I don't know what they did. And so I said, what is that smell? And the lady said, oh, it's the smell over here. It's over here. Let me show you what it is. She said, it's over here. I don't know if you guys seen this or not. We bought one. I said, y'all get on my nerve over here. But see, how can they get on my nerve? I was the one in the room. I went over there. So, um, this here. Have you guys seen this? Perfect pink. It when I was over there, I was like, whatever that is, I want some. I want some of whatever it is. This is real cute for I don't know, Valentine's Day. I'm not waiting for it. This is for me right here. But this is a pretty packaging. Really, really cute. As always, all of the packaging on Bath and Body Works stuff is really nice. But I got over there. I said, "What is that?" The lady said, "I got a card that's rated on it." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that smells so good." I just never smelled anything like this. So I said, ma'am, I'll be right back. I said, let me just get on out of here because I said I'm supposed to be down here at Macy's trying to return something. So here I come strutting down the mall again. I said, let me just stop over there because their cents was $5.95 for the spray, for the body spray and the body mist. Okay. So I said, all right, I'm just gonna spend $5.95. Just get me one of these. And there was something, okay, I won't go in that direction, but to make a long story short, I picked out one of these, right? And they have one, the spray mist is when you spray it on and they have all little sparkles on it. So, but it's a smaller bottle. I said, if I want to buy something, let me buy the bigger, whatever the biggest one is, this is what I'm gonna get. The one with the little sparkles, the little spray mist, it was cute. And as I said, you spray it on to get little sparkles on it. So that's for the younger people. I'm, I'm usually covered up, or when I'm in the house, I just have short sleeves. Ain't nobody will see it. All right. So anyhow, I bought this, guys. To make a long story short, and it smells. At first, I was liking it. I said, I guess it smells okay. Let me see. But it has a aroma. It has a scent in there that I really really love. And it smells like it reminds me of. I can't. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna tell you. Okay. Here we go. Let me read you what the scent is. The fragrance notes are vibrant cherries, pink, Cambella, I don't know what that is, whipped almond cream. That's it right there. The whipped almond cream, I love almonds. I love the smell of almonds and perfumes and stuff like that. And I said, does it got almonds in it? You can't really detect it when you first smell it. When you first smell it, you can't really detect the almonds, but underneath all this stuff, you have to have a really, really sensitive nose to if there's something that you really like and whatever it is, whether it be a perfume, just a color, you can really pick out that thing that you like. And I said, well, this is a sermon right here. You can really pick out what you are what you really like, what you gravitate to. Underneath all of these scents here, I picked out that almond. I said, it smells like there's almonds in there. But it's really hard to detect, but I can detect it because I love it. And this is a sermon because, guys, this is how we got to be. We're a lot of different things. I'm not going to go in long about anything, but I said a lot of times when we are being prompted about something, when we are being really sensitive or need to be really sensitive about something, especially something spiritual, and we just get that really, that pull in us, it's like, I know it's in there. There's something that's saying no. There's something that's saying yes, go ahead. There's just something, and you just can sense it. You can smell it. You can, and it's just like you can just pick out what what that thing is, what is speaking to you, and what your favorite sense, what your favorite tone. It's like when you're making your favorite stew, your favorite sauce or gravy or recipe, and it's like, I know it's in there. There was a recipe, what is it, ragu, tomato sauce or something, a commercial where it says, I know it's in there. It's in there. You can detect what you really love in something, and you can detect things, when we're really sensitive about something, about warnings and about, being sensitive about certain things, and you just feel that nudge, you feel that pull, you feel that thing just, speaking to you, and it's like, it don't look like it. Don't look like it. Everything look like it's safe. But you just something that's just pulling on you. That's being sensitive, and that's digging through all those things that may look right, but it ain't right. Or something that is wrong, but it may look wrong, but something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go into that. I hope you get what I'm saying. But this right here smells amazing to me. When I really smell it, because I have my mask on, guys. I do my mask and stuff when I'm still out. And so it smelled nice when I had the mask on. And it smells, it's not really for me, but I do like the almond undertone that's here. So that's why I was, kind of, gravitating to that scent because I love almonds, guys. All right. As I said, I'm just on here chit chatting, guys. I wanted to do a live, but, I didn't want to get in the way of anything that may be going on, that people were in just, attending to on social media. I'm sorry, on YouTube. And I gotta go. So it's 12 minutes in. I want to be on about 10 minutes, no longer than 15 minutes, guys. So let me tell you something. We got Cinnabon, right? Now, I didn't go to Aunt, Auntie, Auntie Aunt's. I love the, here it is. I love the almond pretzels. I love the pretzels with the almonds, with the sprinkles of almonds all over it. They don't taste like they used to taste years ago because they done did something, especially since the pandemic came in. But there is just something that is different, but I still like it. I still like it. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna go here right now. I want to try this cinnamon because they've been out there for almost a year now, and they right next door to Auntie Anne's. Competition right there. They smack right next door, smack dab right next door to each other. But the pretzels is always what gets always gets the business. That everybody's always over there. Very few people are over there at Cinnabon. So I said, I wonder why. I wonder why, because I remember back in the day. Let me see something. I meant to see when Cinnabons actually came on. Hold on. Or came out on the scene. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I looked it up. I was because I said I know it was in the 80s because I was a teenager. 1985 is when it came out. So 1985, let me see. Let me see, 85, 50. I was like 21, 21, 22 because I used to catch the train to work and go through, through the city. And when I would get off of work, that's when I was a skinny mini and I could eat anything I wanted to. I could eat two, three, four, five, six Cinnabons and it would have no hold on me. But now I gotta watch it. Okay, so back in the day, 1985, back in the 80s, guys, I was in my early 20s, guys, and I used to love me some Cinnabons. I remember when they first came out, they was ooey, they was gooey. Guys, I'm a foodie, okay? I'm a foodie. I do have to watch myself. I watch myself, and I like, different desserts and things like that. I like to make them more so than to eat them. But when I get let me tell you about menopause, guys. See, I'm all over the place with this video. That's how it's supposed to be because I said I didn't want anything. I'm just chit chatting. Okay. Let me tell you what menopause. Okay. I've been in menopause for about since 2020. So we're in 2024 and 4 years in. Okay. First couple of years was woo. I mean, I didn't do, I didn't have a lot of hot sweats because the main thing that people talk about with menopause is the hot flashes. But ladies, menopause is more than just hot flashes. I was having heart palpitations. I had to go see the cardiologist. I was, I was, I was having unusual, crazy, strange kind of dreams when my hormones was fluctuating. I was just feeling when I would go to sleep, then you can't really sleep right in the middle of the night. You just keep waking up in the middle of the night, or you try to go to sleep. And I said, Lord, please don't ever let this mess with my sleep because I love my sleep. I'm telling you, as soon as I get into bed, I'm out like I don't look 1, 2, 3, I'm gone. I am gone when I go to sleep, okay? So I said, never, Lord, I pray that they don't mess with my sleep. And it didn't do too bad with my sleep. There was about maybe a month or two like straight. I would just pop up. I would just wake up and my eyes would just pop open. I'm like, after having some crazy, unusual dreams, and my body was just feeling all kinds of ways, guys. There's just have itchy ears now that's associated with menopause, with your estrogen dropping, and your estrogen acts as a lubricant as well. It dries out things in your bodies, guys. Dries out your skin and all that kind of stuff. But guys, let me just say something. When the hormones get flooded, see, it's like when at the times we all women here, okay, during times of menstruation, before my cycle comes on, I will always get I would always love to eat. And nobody really told me when I was coming up, not even my family or anything. I said, I don't understand that like every 2, 3 weeks, I'm just munching on stuff. I'm just munching, munching, munching. My hormones, I get an appetite, I get an appetite and I start eating them, I have to watch myself. Back then I was okay when I was just chugging it in there. I was okay. But now I can't do that. It's, let me tell you about the last couple of weeks. Recently, here, today's time, recently. If y'all could see the packs of cookies and things that I bought, cookies and cakes today, I was at Walmart's. I done picked up a little slice of cake. I said, what I need that for? It's just that when my hormones get to fluctuating, I just be grabbing to different types of snack. But when my hormones are okay, I don't think about that stuff. Honestly, I don't think about that. The only time I may want to see my daughter say, yep, I can testify. I can testify. I see it. I see in her action. Um, Only time I be wanting a candy bar, only time I have a craving for chocolate is when these hormone fluctuations come up. So to make a long story short, here I bought a Cinnabon. I wanted to try it, but guys, in the last couple of weeks, I got cookies, I got cakes. I done bought a large container of cinnamon, raisin oatmeal. If I could show y'all, you'd be like, that don't make no kind of sense. So I had to put stuff in the freezer. I said, look, let me just, I'm wrapping up stuff and just putting it in the freezer whenever I want a snack. It's right there. But I did want to try Cinnabon, but a lot of it had to do with what I'm going through right now. For the last couple of weeks, my hormones kind of been fluctuating a little bit. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do a taste test while I'm on here, guys. 18 minutes in, I'm gonna do a taste test on the Cinnabon because back in the day, Cinnabons was this the chart. Everybody was walking around with a Cinnabon in their hand. I mean, you go down. I grew up in Philly, okay? I grew up in Philly, and I I want to say this is where it first originated. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I think it might have been one of the top 3 states that it might have been in, if not the first one. This is a little mini one. Everybody had a Cinnabon. When you be on the train, when I was on the train going to work, everybody had a Cinnabon. And it was gooey, and it was gooey. This is a small one. This is a little mini one. I was looking at them big ones. I was like, Cindy, girl, you better not buy that big one. I said, give me one of them little ones over there. Give me that one over there in the corner. But back in the day, guys, when I think about the 80s, man, oh, that was my favorite time of the year, guys, in the 80s. Y'all might not believe it when I tell you this, but I grew up around the corner from Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff lived right around the corner from me. He was friends. Everybody was friends with Jazzy Jeff on the block. The friend, he was real tight with everybody, with the guys in particular. And we would just see him. Before he was big, he was DJing back there. He was doing, what he was doing. And we saw Will Smith. Will Smith. Whenever you see Jazzy Jeff, you saw Will Smith. Will Smith lived not in our area. He lived in another county. He lived in the Overbrook section. You know, we were rivalries when I was in my the high school that I went to, West Philadelphia High, and he was in Overbrook. And the basketball teams, he played basketball. The basketball teams that West Philly and Overbrook, they were rivalries. You know, it was all fun. It was nothing hateful or anything, but they was just always, who was. Yeah, my daughter said I wasn't even born yet, but I heard about it. Um, yeah, you know how you have schools that just are, but back then we was friends. You know, they was friends. You know, I was a cheerleader. I was a varsity cheer. I started as a JV, as university, but then I was varsity cheerleader. But yeah, Jazzy Jeff, they would come out and DJ right we would have block parties. We would have block parties in our neighborhood, and our street was really, really connected to Jazzy Jeff because they was the next block over. And still today, a lot of people are still connected to one another. You know, it's all their brotherhood. You know that Jazzy Jeff and the guys that grew up around that area, they're all still connected to each other. But yeah, when I think about the 80s, I always think about the block parties and how Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith would come and they would DJ right there, right in our neighborhood, right in front of our house. And we would cut off the blocks where no cars couldn't come through. And we were just all, be dancing and partying. You know, back then in the 80s, I tell you, when the 90s kicked in, the 90s, I believe that some of this stuff was dying off with the block parties and things like that. We still have them, but it doesn't, it's not the way that it used to be, back then. And we just had loads of fun back then. So it was just a lot of fun, the music, the culture back then, with the young people. Remember, I used to do my little punk rock. I had my little feathers in my ear, the punk rock. That was another thing that I really, really loved. With the headband, I had headbands, I had little feather earrings. I had my little mismatched fingernails with all different colors. I was just, I didn't take it too far. I used to have my different color, my pink lipstick, my purple lipstick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wish I took some pictures back then so I could have them as a remembrance of back then. But let me swing you back around because this is part of the 80s to me. Because when I think about Cinnabons, I always think about where I was at when I first got them. It was back in the 80s, guys. So what I'm going to do, 22 minutes in, guys. I'm just chit chatting. I'm gonna warm this thing up and I'm gonna do taste test and I'm gonna tell you how see if this tastes the same as it did back in the 80s. So hold on, let me just toss this in the microwave for a little bit and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Now, let me tell you this wrong from the very start. The Cinnabon back in the day, all they had, I mean, you could barely see the top of the Cinnabon. It was icing. It was just icing galore, and they were raised up in the middle, like more than this. They was like, it was really raised up, and there was a lot of cinnamon involved, and it was oozing down. So far, you know, got some on it, but it ain't like it used to be back in the day. That's what drew you to the Cinnabon. So here we go. You want to see on the inside? Feels kind of feels kind of doughy. I don't know. It don't feel like it's done. Let me see. All right, let me take a look. No, I'll tell you that right now. I told the girl, I said, I remember when I first, I said, I remember when Cinnabons first came out, the girl that was helping me at the counter. And she said, yeah, everybody say that when they come past. They always talk about when they remember, back where we would sell them at. It was only one location, and it was called the Gallery, and that's where they had all their stores, all the department stores. It was like a little mini, it was a big a big mall, and their location for the Cinnabons was inside this place. And she said, everybody say that when they come over here. I'm gonna tell you right now, this ain't Cinnabon. Let me go in the middle. I want to go in the middle where this ain't Cinnabon. Mm-mm. You know why I didn't want to buy these? Because I bought some frozen ones along sometime last year. Those things, the ones in the store that says the Cinnabon frozen ones, don't do it. If you're a Cinnabon lover and you understand, don't buy this. They just as dry, don't have no frosting on it. Look at it, the frosting is gone already. I just microwaved for 15 seconds. No, it's not Cinnabon. Mm-mm. I ain't eating no more. I ain't eating no more. Not that it's nasty or gross or anything like that, but I don't want to eat too much of this because I'm gonna move on to something else. Another sweet treat that I bought. So I don't want to eat too much of this. I do try to watch myself, guys. I only limit myself. I watch my salt intake and everything, guys. I don't take my blood. I'm not doing my blood pressure medicine no more, guys. Oh, that was the other thing with menopause. With menopause, um, my blood pressure, it was interfering. I don't know my glasses. I can't see them because the light is shining on my glasses. Okay, I think it's the sun positioning itself outside. Um, but my blood pressure in my late, in my mid 40s, I believe I was. I probably like 45, 46. And people were telling me about my blood pressure. God, this is a long story because I would have to go into, the fact that I was a breast cancer survivor, or that I am a breast cancer survivor, and of 21 years, 21 years. And I was a part of a study that they did with the Susan Corman, the one who is really, really it's an organization for women with breast cancer, and they had asked me and a few other people to be a part. Asked me if I wanted to be a part of this study. It was called the for lymphedema, where you have swelling on whatever side you had the breast cancer surgery on. But it's a long story short. Long story short is that I did that. It was amazing. It was a write up about that. They we were the first ones that had ever partook of this particular kind of study, and it was really fun. I met a lot of nice people. It was really, really fun doing that and being the first to do it. And, we have our names written in history with that. And there was something, they would take my blood pressure and they would tell me then, they would say, like, your blood pressure is like 145 over 60 something. I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention, guys. I was so busy being a mom. I was so busy running, ripping and running. I thank God for his grace and mercy that I didn't really find out until years later about my blood pressure until I had to slow it down. When I was going to the doctors and the doctor said your blood pressure is up, I was like, really? You know, but so we got that, we tried the water pill and that was bringing my potassium down. And make a long story short, I've been on blood pressure medicine, um, for about maybe 15 years. But since my hormones had a lot to do with that, because back in my 40s, that's when I started going into perimenopause, and this is what I connect my high blood pressure to, because it was messing with my blood pressure, and the fact that I was in my 40s, and you need to take care of yourself. You need to be a little bit more, I was more heavier because when I had my last daughter, I had gained like 65 pounds and only lost like 13. And so for a long time, I was on the chunky side. I was a little puffed up. People was like, okay, I was a whole lot puffed up. I was a whole lot puffed up, guys, and I had to get that taken into consideration. When I really began to realize your weight is playing a part of this, and you want to watch all of that and da 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 da. I was always health conscious, so it wasn't the fact that um, what I was doing, as far as, consuming foods and things like that, I wasn't being watchful as I should, but I was still always health conscious, if that makes sense. I was just eating more of what I need to eat. But make a long story short, my blood pressure for 15 years, guys, I had about 15 years, I think it was when I added all up. I just got off my blood pressure medicine a year this month. I just realized it was in October of last year where my hormones began to fluctuate out. And then I was monitoring myself with my blood pressure for a very long time. I was writing down things that I was doing. I was trying to see what it was connected to. So, what it's connected to was my hormones. My hormones was doing what it was doing. And plus, I have a history of high blood pressure in my family. So, I was trying to maintain my sodium. And when I did those things, when I did that, I'm off my blood pressure medicine. So I thank God for that. I was like, Lord, I want to be off this blood pressure medicine. Don't know what's going on. You know, we got the pandemic around. You don't know medications are going to be, where they at, medical medicine supplies and all that. And just for my mere health, I just want to be off blood pressure medicine because they always tell you that heart blood pressure, once you're on it, you're on it. It's hard to get off. And no, I was like, Lord, take me off this stuff. Take me off this stuff. And my daughter's off her asthma medication for the last 4 months. No, about maybe 2 months. My daughter's now off of her asthma medication. To God be the glory for all of that, because she's been on that since she's like a baby. Pretty much. She had RSV. Almost lost my daughter when she was about a week and a half, old. My daughter, I was in my 30s when I had her. I think my mid 30s. I brought her home, gave her something to drink. She was a week and a half home. And, there was something that was going on at the time. We just didn't know. I thought maybe, every baby's different. She took longer to feed, her bottle, her muscle tone, she was just taking a long time. And so she stopped breathing. I had gave her, her bottle. I sat her down, laid her down, burped her and did all that stuff, turned around to her. And I came back, she was gray. And I tell you, my cousin called me right at that time. When I yanked my daughter up and I got her up, and I was like, oh, I just said, just so many things going through your mind. And then my cousin called me on the telephone. She was like, hey, Cindy, how you doing? And I was like, my daughter, she's great, I'm just trying to, I don't know. Because she lived around the corner, and she was like, she came over, and by the time she got to the house, I was hitting my bottom of my daughter's feet because they said that's a good way to wake kids up when they sleep. And when I was hitting her, she was just like a piece of spaghetti. She was gray. And when I was doing that, I said, "This don't. I got to get on the telephone and call 911." And I sort of ended up doing that because she stopped breathing. I don't know why she stopped breathing. So she before my cousin got over to us, she came back. She started breathing again. So I found out that she had sleep apnea and she had RSV. And how she got the RSV. Only I won't mention. Somebody was over at my place had cold, and so they shouldn't have really have been there. They were just sneezing and coughing all over the place. My daughter had RSV, got that all resolved. So she was a week and a half old. I always had to do. She was on a heart monitor for a whole year after that, and then to detect whether or not she was stopped breathing throughout the night. And I would have to carry that heart monitor around on my shoulder for a whole year, and that was attached to her. And since that time, I had her on some sort of breathing treatment, and then it switched over to being asthma. They diagnosed her with having asthma. So she's 25 now, going on 26, and she just came off of that medication because I knew for a long time. I said, I don't think she needs this medication anymore. The only time that it was really bothering her was like during the wintertime when she would get a cold, and then I would have to do her nebulizer treatment, and bump up her asthma medication. So, guys, make long story short, we both over here. I praise God. We're off our medications, and come against anything right now that wants to try to reverse that in the name of Jesus. Okay, um, we offer medications, and to God be the glory for all of that. That is my testimony about how God is, how the goodness of God is in my life. He's just done some amazing, amazing, amazing things. Even this morning, guys, when I came downstairs to my home, because I tell you, being up here on this channel, trying to put videos and stuff up on here, guys, it takes away from your time. I'm telling you, it takes away from your time when you're trying to do, you get back to back, and then you're showing it on the stuff, doing it, but it takes a lot. time, guys. Yesterday, guys, let me tell you something. I was around here. I had, guys, I've been getting my work done. You ain't gonna see me too much on here too much, you know, coming up because I got stuff I got to do. Okay, and plus I got something coming up towards the end of the year that they do for my job twice a year. I got to do that coming up. But when I came down, I was like, Lord, I just want to say thank you. 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 I want to thank you for being so good to me. Guys, when I looked around when I looked around this home, when I came down here this morning, I was like, Lord, I thank you, Lord. I just want to say thank you. But I just said right now, Lord, I just want to thank you because I said, when we be doing stuff on this channel, don't think our stuff don't. I did somebody say your stuff don't be tore up until we go fix it back up. We be around here shopping, doing all this kind of stuff, doing videos, doing lives and all this stuff. It's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. We go through it, guys. Start channel. Make sure you're ready. Okay. I know yeah. I don't want to discourage nobody from doing it, but make sure you. Cause I don't know if I was called. I'm gonna be honest. I think I just jumped on here. I just jumped up on here. I said it. I say it many times. I was upstairs in my room, and I said, you know what? Because I thought about doing the channel, and I said I can't because I'm too busy. My life too busy for it. Next thing you know, I'm cleaning my room up upstairs. Next thing I just said, let me just get my camera and just sit there and do what I'm doing. Just let me just get up here, be a channel, guys. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready, Freddy. You gotta make sure your stuff in order. Make sure that you are ready, not to start the channel, but to start a new chapter, to start anything new in your life. Make sure you're called to it, you know, because you got to be ready for it. You got to be ready for it. I was ready, but wasn't ready. You know, I'm like, Lord, did you really call me to this right here? Because I got too much. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to do. And I don't really don't do this. I don't. Well, maybe I do. Because when I look back at my channels, when I was trying to find that video, I posted a video yesterday of those mug designs I did for last Christmas. When I went through all of those videos, I was like, girl, when did you have time to do all of this? When I look at all those videos, I was going through my list, you know, because that's a repost of my one of the, what I did last year. And when I was looking through all those 470 videos, trying to find that particular video that I posted yesterday, I was like, girl, when I look at all this stuff, I'm like, when did you find the time to do that? I was like so amazed to see all the stuff, guys, and it takes a lot of time. You really just start off slow. If you start a channel, just start it slow. You know, don't try to catch up with all the big top ones that's out there, and you're just trying to buy up. You got to secret, you got to strategize your life. You got to have strategy. You got to put time in. And one of the things that I always say, make sure if you have a family that you sit down and have some kind of monthly, weekly, bi-weekly meeting with your family and make sure everybody okay because you around here like a whirlwind, like Tasmanian devil, with bags everywhere and you know with stuff, you know. And I said, and I had to do that. I had to evaluate my own life. I had to say, look, some of this stuff ain't okay. It ain't okay. Just for me alone, you know, because I'm not married. I'm single, you know. I don't have to worry about nobody else. But for me, for my eyes, for my mental status, I have to make sure that I'm okay. Because when I walk in some rooms, I'm like there's one primary room where my daughter, my front bedroom is where I have all my things at, and where I was actually working at, guys. My daughter moved out. That room was designed or was coming into play for another purpose. I got all my stuff up there, and I said, Lord, forgive me, because this room was dedicated to you. This was my prayer room. Now look what I got all up in here. I got stuff all up here. Lord, I said this room is dedicated to you, and I got all this stuff up in here. and it just eats away at me because I know, because I have, for those who are walking with the Lord, there are assignments that God has on our lives. He gives all of us an assignment on our lives. You don't have to be up on the pulpit. You don't have to be up, known up in cameras all on YouTube and Facebook. You don't have to be there to have an assignment on your life. You can be behind the scenes. People don't know what you're doing. God got you an assignment. The assignment God got on my life, and that's why I be struggling. I be struggling sometimes because I'm like, I know what you call me to, Lord God, and this stuff is eating up my time right now. So I gotta cut back. I'm just trying to get it, guys. When you got assignment in your life, make sure that God, you know, you know, that nothing is getting in the way, and make that a priority first. Just not saying that you can't do both, but make that your priority first. Okay. So guys, it's 41 minutes in. Let me just get up off of here. I just want to show y'all about my vampire work and about this big Cinnabon. This not Cinnabon. If anybody like it, we don't. Oh, forgive me. I ain't trying to. It's just not for my. It's not for my taste buds because I know what the real Cinnabons tasted like back in the day. This not it. This is different. It's different. Tastes like the ones that's in the store. That's why I never would buy it. So anyhow, guys, just chit chat. I'm gonna get up here and go. Got one thing that I want to do because at the end of the day, it's my rest day. Starting Friday evening into Saturday evening. I take my rest, guys. Be mindful about self-care, about taking your rest. Get a day in. Do you some me time. You have to do it. You have to do it for so many different reasons, guys. You have to do it. We all have to do it. So I start Friday night. I'm sorry, hold on. Friday night until Saturday night. Don't care what got to be done. I ain't doing it. If it ain't an emergency, if it don't require me to, to have to, for whatever reason, if it's not an emergency, I'm resting. I love my Friday nights into my Saturday afternoon. I love it. So take some me time, guys. Get your rest when you can. We know we're running around. We're trying to stay up on the channels. We're trying to stay, we're just trying to keep ourselves relevant. We're trying to, do what we're doing. But make sure you get some me time in. You have to do it, especially with those who've got families. I got a daughter with special needs. Yeah, I got a daughter with special needs. And I've been spending more time with her because I can't be running around shopping all the time when you got, people, that you love and you care for. And I love my daughter. I want to spend time with her. I want to spend time with her, and this has, sometimes it cuts away time, but I'm going to stop, trying to, it balances. That got to be balanced out. So make sure, you get everything all balanced out before you decide, to do a channel because it does, require. And if you do start a channel, just start it out slow, and see if it's, something actually for you and that you can handle because people be wanting to see your content, they be wanting, even the ones that I look when you doing another video. We just be wanting to see stuff, but guys, I just want to remind somebody, go back. Not just on my channel, but go back on all the other channels that you look at. Look at the videos prior, the years before. We got a lot of stuff on there. I'm about to bring some oldies but goodies back, from off my channel. Look, can you go back? I want to go back to y'all's, I want to go back. And sometimes I do, I do. When I have time, I be so busy and I be trying to catch up on the videos. There's a lot of channels that I haven't been watching lately because I just been very, very busy. But hopefully this weekend I can get on there. So let me get over here, guys. I'm just all over the place. Have an amazing weekend, guys. Don't forget to get you some rest. If you can, just get you some rest and put your feet up. Should I take my hair down, guys? I was going to say, let my hair down. I was gonna let it down, guys. And anyhow, let your hair down, put your feet up, Get you some rest and have an amazing weekend, guys. Until the next video, guys, be blessed.